What's going on, everybody? It's Lexi, and you're watching The Nerds Table. Cue the intro. From WrestleMania, I've been reacting to them a lot. I really like their videos, and I really think that they give me a pretty good amount of information. And also, I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and thank you to all the people that staying subscribed. And I really appreciate you guys, and we're really building this channel, and I love it. I love where we're going. So thank you to all my nerds and all my geeks that are sitting here at this nerd table with us. It's a geek table too. I just like the name, The Nerds Table, because it goes, you know, TNT, you know, The Nerds Table. I don't know. It worked for me, so it works for us because this is our table. Let's get this thing started. We reacted to like 10 botches that resulted in serious punishment for WWE wrestlers. I don't really know all the punishments. I don't know if you guys know, but this was like really interesting to me. Let me know if there's some videos you guys would like me to react to. I believe that my Instagram and my TikTok account and my Twitter are here. So if you guys, they're below. So if you guys want me to react to something specifically, you can probably send it to my Twitter account, because I've been checking it a little bit more lately since I've been recording. So send it there. And if you guys want to ask me anything, send me stuff there. But anyways, let's get this going. I'm just wasting time.
If you look at WWE Botches punishment for a wrestler, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
The original video will be in the description below.
For exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Short. 10. Alex Riley.
I remember Alex Riley. A-Riley.
2011, it looked like Riley was going to be one of the future stars of the company. Riley was
Say it to my face! Y'all remember his theme song? I used to love his theme song.
It was set for a major push. However, on the Raw after Money in the Bank, Riley and The Miz collided once again, and the finish of the match was heavily botched. There was a clear lack of communication as Riley began to throw random punches, and it was evident that the original finish had gone completely wrong.
What happened?
Even the referee, Scott Armstrong, looked insanely confused as to what was happening. Following the botch, a lot of blame appeared to fall on Riley, as it would never be the same again. His push was instantly cancelled, and he was dramatically moved down the card. Number 9, Shinsuke Nakamura, was a substantial rumour.
I used to like Shinsuke Nakamura too. Like,
the new WWE
it took me a minute to get him, but I got him.
WWE's high hopes for Nakamura were put in jeopardy when he accidentally dropped John Cena right on his head during a match between the two on SmackDown. This occurred when Nakamura delivered an exploder suplex, and once the match was over, he was rather apologetic towards Cena. While Cena was willing to forgive him, the same can't be said for former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon. McMahon was furious with Nakamura.
Like, why though? It was an accident.
Was where McMahon decided that he would not be winning the WWE title. Thankfully, he was able to win back McMahon's faith, and he would win the 2018 Royal Rumble, but McMahon never pulled the trigger on Nakamura winning WWE's top prize.
It's like it was an accident. Like, it's like he did it on purpose.
The most fans know Sim Snuka for his time in the tag team Snuka is also known for WrestleMania.
I used to love Deuce and Domino and Cherry.
One of the most memorable spots in the classic match
Domino
between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 saw Taker perform his signature dive over the top rope. The Snuka, who was posing as a cameraman, was supposed to catch him. Snuka failed to catch The Undertaker, meaning that one of the most iconic wrestlers of all time nearly landed right on his head. The blame instantly fell on Snuka, as he had one job in the match and he failed in the biggest way imaginable. He would never be used in a substantial role ever again, and just a short while after the infamous botch, Snuka would be released from the company.
That's bold, like,
Number
people,
7.
bro.
Hell no.
Expectations, he was involved in one of the most controversial matches in WWE history in 2001. Saturn would take on Mike Bell on a show called Metal, and during the match, Bell would botch several basic spots, including a hip toss and an arm drag. The arm drag resulted in Saturn landing right on his head, and instead of writing it off as a bad day at the office, Saturn completely snapped. He delivered real legitimate punches to the face of Bell.
What?
And threw Bell out of the ring with so much ferocity that Bell landed right on his
What?
head. This was completely reckless, and WWE management weren't pleased with
I
Seth's
wouldn't be
outburst.
either.
But instead of outright firing him, they would decide to give him the infamous Moppy character, which saw him fall in love with an actual mop. Whilst the storyline was indeed designed to punish and embarrass Saturn, it resulted in him receiving some of the biggest reactions of his entire WWE tenure. Number
Wow,
6,
that's
The
crazy.
Miz. It's always been an urban legend in WWE that Triple H
Yeah,
has a personal
Triple
issue with The
H.
Miz. This escalated in 2012 when it was reported that a botch from The Miz resulted in him being chewed out by the game backstage. The Miz failed to catch R-Truth when Truth attempted a slingshot somersault during a six-pack challenge on Raw.
Oh!
The moment The Miz came back through the curtain, he was held to account by Triple H. Being chewed out backstage is a huge punishment
That's
for a talent.
crazy,
This type of
man.
action
Like-
usually takes place within earshot of other wrestlers, meaning that The Miz
I
would
mean,
have
I
suffered
get how you
serious
could get in trouble for like not
Number
catching
5,
somebody,
Shane
but it's
McMahon.
like, what if I
The
just
2022
don't get
men's
there
World Rumble
fast enough? What if you're
received
doing the move and I'm like,
criticism
no,
from
wait,
fans.
you
Rumble
know,
lacked
like.
surprises, suspense, and the strong presentation of Shane McMahon was incredibly frustrating. McMahon's performance in the match was lackluster, and he would even botch several spots, including his own elimination. Shane was supposed to be clotheslined over the top rope by the eventual winner Brock Lesnar, but McMahon couldn't get over the ropes. It was awkward and heightened how much of a disaster the match was. McMahon was blasted by his own father Vince McMahon, and his creative input in the match as well as his overall performance resulted in the prodigal son being let go by WWE.
What?
Number 4,
That
Mickie
look,
James.
that just looks silly.
Mickie
That
James
just.
is one of the most decorated female stars of all time. One match in 2009 resulted in WWE losing faith in her. James would wrestle Gail Kim on Raw. The finish of the match was heavily botched, with James botching several
Whoa!
moves, including
Yeah,
her own
those
finishing
look,
move.
Mickey.
When James
I
got
can't
backstage,
help
she was
you.
told off by
I
WWE
can't help
management.
you.
This wasn't the end of her punishment. Just 2 months after the incident, she would be dropping the Divas title to Jillian Hall. Hall was virtually a novelty act in WWE. and she
'Cause
was
you know you
remotely
want
credible. What
me.
made the situation worse was that the match lasted just over a minute, meaning it destroyed James's credibility. The match was evidently punishment for James's poorly received match with Kim. It was incredibly petty for WWE to present their top female talent in this manner.
Yeah, I think
Number
that
3,
that's.
Mr.
I mean,
Kennedy.
sometimes you just
The
get
WWE
bad
had big
matches. Like,
plans for Mr. Kennedy.
you can't be
He
like,
was
oh,
insanely
that's it for
charismatic.
your
He was on
career.
paper the
Done.
perfect
X.
WWE
No more. Like, you
superstar.
can't do
When
that.
Kennedy
That's
returned from injury
bold.
in May of 2009, he took part in a huge 10-man tag match on Raw, and this would end up being Kennedy's last ever WWE matchup. In the match itself, Kennedy would botch a back suplex to Randy Orton, and this botch resulted in Orton complaining to WWE management, and Kennedy was subsequently released from the WWE.
Are you
Orton
serious?
claimed that Kennedy dropped him on his head, but Kennedy claimed that wasn't the case, and Orton had simply jumped too high for the suplex. Orton's complaint was backed up by John Cena, and with Orton and Cena being two of the biggest stars in the company, Vince McMahon simply couldn't afford to ignore their grievance.
Ugh.
Number 2,
I hope
Roman
that's
Reigns.
not true.
Now in 2013, reports
He's gonna
surfaced that the
snitch.
Shield
He
had
drove
major
me.
heat
He's
backstage.
like, stop.
This heat
Ugh.
predominantly fell
We
on Roman
wrestling,
Reigns, as
bro.
Reigns reportedly had an argument backstage with WWE veteran Randy Orton. It was reported that Reigns had botched a spot with Orton at a house show, and when Orton called Reigns out on the botched spot, Reigns stood up for himself.
Right.
This was ultimately fed back to Vince McMahon, who was furious. McMahon wanted to bury the Shield on TV, and this
So
was
I
around
can't
the
stand
time
up
when
for
the
myself
Shield's
to Randy
unbeaten
Orton.
streak was ended on a random episode of SmackDown, and it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that the two situations were linked. And number 1, Kofi Kingston. A decade before Kofi Kingston would become WWE Champion, they had plans to make Kingston into
Boom.
a certified main eventer. However, a botch finish to a match with Randy Orton and John Cena resulted in Kingston
Here goes
losing
Randy
his
Orton
push
and John Cena
instantly.
again.
During a triple threat match between
Ooh.
the three aforementioned talents, Kingston forgot the finish and Orton didn't react in the best manner. Kingston was supposed to be pinned following a punt kick, but Kingston rose to his feet, meaning that Orton had to improvise and deliver an RKO. Orton would scream at Kingston in the middle of the ring, infamously shouting "stupid" at Kingston. This botch was enough for WWE management to completely lose their faith in him, and a planned Money in the Bank win was cancelled.
See,
Ultimately,
bro,
Kingston
like,
was
they-
relegated to the mid-card
to
for
me-
the next decade. But there you have it, folks. 10
That was the
WWE
video, guys. To me, this is how I feel. I'm gonna start giving my opinion, cause to me, I feel like there should never be a wrestler in the back that has so much power that, like, if I go and complain about that wrestler, if that wrestler complains about me, I'm in trouble. Like, that's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, people gonna botch. And if you're a wrestler fighting as long as John Cena or Randy Orton, like, you're gonna come across botches. You can't be like, oh, that person did that to me and I'm mad now, do something. Like, that's not fair. Because if the same was done to you, or if the same is done to you, you're gonna feel some type of way, are you not? Like, we're a team here. Like, I know, like, we're playing face and heel, but at the end of the day, like, we're all one team, which is WWE. So, like, we're trying to all, like, keep our jobs, and we are trying to, like, keep entertaining people. What sense do it make? Okay, I messed up. Okay, you improvised, it worked. Boom. Why are you reacting like that? If anything, I feel like Orton should have been in trouble for calling him stupid in the ring. Like, that's bold. That's bold. Anyways, that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. My social media should be linked below. The original video should be linked below. And I'm not reacting to the WWE stuff that's going on right now because I don't really know what's going on. I don't really know how it's going to end up. So that's why I haven't reacted to it for real. So anyways, that being said, then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to everybody who's recently joined, and thank you to everybody who's been joined, and I keep watching. I really appreciate all of you guys' help. So that being said, I'm Lexi, and you've just watched The Nerds Table. Peace.